An obvious advantage of eBooks is that you can carry a lot of them around on a laptop, netbook, tablet, or even on a smartphone. But eBooks allow more than simple access to the text. This podcast is intended to give a few tips on how you can get the most out of your eBooks. Our eBooks work on the VitalSource bookshelf platform. They won't load in Amazon's Kindle application, Apple's iBooks, or any other ebook reader. However, the bookshelf application is free and available on Mac, PC, iOS and Android, including the Kindle Fire. Most people know you can have a copy of each of your books on 2 computers and 2 mobile devices at any one time. However, you can also log into your account and use the online version of Bookshelf to read your ebooks from any other internet-equipped device by visiting http://online.vitalsource.com. So, if your laptop on which your books are stored has to go in for repairs, you can still get at your books by logging in from a university machine. Also, if you trade in a device for a new one, you can easily deregister the old one and register the new using Bookshelf Online. And any notes and highlights, as well as the position of the last page you are reading, will synchronize between the different devices and the online version as well. You can select text and add a highlighter, which can be color-coded as a way of tagging them. This highlight will then synchronize across the devices you use to access your texts, including computers, tablets, phones, and through a web browser. You can even let other people, colleagues or students, subscribe to your highlights so that whatever you put on your copy of the book appears on theirs too. Better still, you can add notes to the highlights and share these with colleagues and students. These notes might give you commentary on the text and can also include links to other sources of information. The method for creating highlights and notes is quite intuitive. Just select the text and, if you choose, add a note by clicking the Make Note icon on the desktop or online version of Bookshelf, or by touching the highlight and selecting Add Note on the mobile version. To share one of your highlights and the associated notes using the Bookshelf computer application, use the Bookshelf window, which opens with the application. Select the highlighter type you want to share from the displayed list. Choose to share with anyone to allow access to all who enter your email address on their bookshelf, or friends only to restrict sharing to a list of email addresses you specify. Anyone who subscribes to your notes and highlights will now have them appear on their copy for the text you have annotated. Sharing works in a similar way on the online version of Bookshelf, only you need to use the Manage menu at the top right of the window when you have your list of books in front of you. To subscribe to someone else's highlights or notes, you need to know the email address they use to set up their Bookshelf account. Once you have that, you can subscribe from the page that lists your books. Look for the icon of a head and shoulders with a plus next to it, and at the bottom left on the computer application or mobile version of Bookshelf. If using the online version, use Manage top right, and then Manage Subscriptions. We know from feedback that students really like to see notes made by their lecturers. Notes can elaborate or contest a point made in the text. They might point a student towards further reading or more recent research, or even explain which parts of the text are most important and which might be skipped over. Some of the books supplied this year are in a reflowable format that allows you to change the font size while maintaining the text within the bounds of the window. Others are in PDF format. A PDF preserves the look of a printed page, but doesn't allow you to resize the text. The best you can do is zoom in or out. Being able to spot the difference between PDF and reflowable formats is important because each offers different functionality. You can also use elements from the books in presentations and handouts at high resolution. For example, you can copy excerpts from text or figures and tables into other programs such as PowerPoint or Word. How you go about copying material depends on the text format of the ebook and on whether you're using the computer application, a web browser, or a mobile device to access it. The simplest way is to use the computer application and a reflowable ebook. Just highlight the text or figure and then copy and paste or drag and drop it to the destination. Bookshelf will even add a citation to the destination document. If the text is a PDF, the best way to transfer material into your documents is to use the online version of Bookshelf. Highlight the text you want to copy and paste it into its destination. Keyboard shortcuts don't work. For images, you can right-click to copy the whole page, then paste it to your destination. You will then have to crop the pasted image, but it should be relatively high resolution. Note, however, that this method does not produce an automatic citation. If you want a citation, use the Cite Link button that is at the bottom right of the browser when a book is open in Bookshelf Online. You can grab links to specific parts of a book. Someone using that link will be taken to the same place in their own copy of the book. To grab a link in the computer application, you just select the text or image you want and right-click. You should see the option to copy link there. In the online version, you select the text you want to link to and then use the Cite Link button at the bottom left of the window. There isn't a way of doing this in the mobile application though. Another way of directing students to a particular part of the text is to use the Go to Page function. This allows you to specify a page number from the print copy of the book. There is an option to enter a page number in the Book menu on the computer application, and also at the bottom of the window in the online version. In the mobile application, the function is accessed through an icon at the bottom left of the window. This function gets the student to the right spot in the book, regardless of the font size or the window size they are using. That concludes this brief tour of the main functions available. If you want to explore further, or to have an alternative explanation of these functions, there are very helpful how-to guides and tutorials to explore on VitalSource Bookshelf support pages. These can be found at http://support.vitalsource.com. Please let us know if there are other aspects of ebook use at Plymouth that you would like us to cover.